Ryan needs to get pumped up.
Pump up his jams, pump up the volume.
Let's pump up his cyber heart with that chunky looking thing.
Oh, dear.
I don't know how that gets into Raiden. I don't know how you put that in him. I don't know how big it is, there's no reference.
Well, I mean, inside it's mostly just like styrofoam peanuts.
Oh, okay. And also we're gonna mess around with Ryan's MGS4 costume.
Okay.
Because why not? There's a man with a special arm right ahead. I wonder if Ryan has already become, like, within the hour of getting this body, like, has already been conditioned to, like, start drooling when he sees men with spines in them?
Maybe.
Maybe? Probably arms, because he knows that gets him something. You are good, as I tear out his spine.
More classified Patriot information was in that man's holographic memory.
Well, that's good. You want to tell me about it? Maybe later? Okay.
When you get home. Next time you hang out with me.
I will never hang out with you, Doctor. We are not friends. We are barely colleagues.
Yeah, you throw the holographic porn. Dudes get a...
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Is he gonna do the chicken wiggle?
he does it once. When they first spot the porn, they go, oh yeah, and then they do the chicken wiggle once.
I missed the chicken wiggle.
That's why I was actually waiting. I wanted to see if he would do the chicken wiggle again, but alas. With their repressed emotions, they can only eke out one chicken wiggle.
I'm so sorry. To live such a life, I'm so sorry.
The cost of being a cyborg.
Slice that to 1,000 pieces. You know you must.
You can, actually. And
do it!
Here we go.
Go back in time and do it.
And in fact, if we draw people over to it, they die instantly.
Yes.
It's pretty great. And it does fall in different directions depending on which supports you cut.
That's brilliant.
It's pretty great. And this is yet another fight where there are only a couple dudes, so another fight where it's pretty easy to grab the non-lethal bonus.
Nice.
Also, this gecko, like geckos we've seen before have just had machine guns in their heads. This guy has missile tubes.
Oh dear.
So actually several of the enemy types can have different weapons on them.
There you go, that's the stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, couldn't execute him right away. Because you can see, like, our blade mode meter has an extra little bit after it now.
Ah.
Executions can only be done when you have 100% blade mode time, but when you get upgrades, like, it has to be the entire thing, not just that first segment.
But anyhow, here's how it could have happened.
Yeah, actually, this fight has a couple things I can show off that I haven't seen before. Like, these geckos have an unblockable attack, they just gotta dodge. But pretty easy to win, you can just swing them around. If enemies are positioned correctly, you can hit them with the gecko.
Yeah.
Also, some attacks, like the gecko's kick or this grenade, throw you, and when you're, like, right about there, if you press jump, you can recover from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't make me think my video froze again.
Gotta tell you about that.
Why would you do such a thing? You're so cruel.
Also, grenades have collision detection, so they bounce all over the place.
Can we get a telestrator on that?
You can also
Can we get John Madden in this video?
You can also destroy grenades, like I just poked one right out of that guy's hand. Enemy grenades also have friendly fire on, which I showed earlier, so if they blow up
And
new
you see,
dudes...
the guy who's gonna win this fight, he's gonna be the guy who makes sure the other one dies.
Also, check this out. Dodges have invincibility frames, so I just use that dodge to just jump straight through his kick.
And he vomited. Congratulations. You dodged the puke out of him. Aren't you a big man?
And if you do try hard enough, yeah, you can make the game slow down a little. You know, around 103 parts for a gecko.
Nice.
Yep. Oh, and also, when you go into AR mode, you put your visor on, and MGS4 even has his own different little animation, which is nice.
That's nice. That is nice.
I don't think there are any other skins that have different visors, but I think that mostly it's because most of the other costumes do not even have visors.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what happens when you go into AR mode with those?
I mean, it still works the same. There's just no visor for him to put on or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're to assume it's built into his eyes?
Yeah.
Maybe? Whatever.
I don't know. That chest I opened just a second ago, you always have to cut those locks off with blade mode, and they always have something nice in them. Either some kind of collectible or just a lot of money.
Nice.
And we just had a lot of money.
So, is it ever explained in like a codec or something who the model is for the 3D photo frame?
No.
Is that another employee of
What's
your
actually
PMC?
strange is I have tried multiple times, because it's like, there's got to be a codec call for the 3D photo frame. There isn't!
What?
There is no codec call for the 3D photo frame, which is so strange, because there is for just about everything else.
That's how you can tell that Kojima was not entirely hands-on with this game.
Yeah. Oh, another arm. Yes.
That's the ticket.
The lady that is in the photo frame is posing similarly to Bayonetta, though.
Huh.
Yeah, and
That'd be cool.
She does have the same kind of crazy gangly proportions that Bayonetta does, where she's like 8 feet tall and 75%
it's probably
legs.
meant to be that, and they just could not find a way to clear it.
Yeah.
Through everyone involved.
Yeah.
To make the reference explicit.
Mm-hmm. Pretty similar to Bayonetta, though.
We intercepted calls
Oh.
for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar.
Who the hell?
Your choice.
Yeah, I like...
What?
Yeah, so sometimes the secret fights in the levels will be pointed out by Boris as calls for backup, but it's really confusing because it's like, help! Call for backup! Who called for backup? There's no one here! There's just helicopters! These helicopters tricked Boris, I think!
You are too late, Raiden. I'm sorry, but you just didn't make it in time.
There's a call for backup, but who did it? Was it that cat from earlier? Did the cat do it?
Yes! Oh yes, it is the cat! It is most definitely the cat!
This cat is just... The cat isn't out to kill Raiden. The cat is just out to annoy him. I think the cat just wants to display that it's better than everyone.
You think you're stealthy? I'm a goddamn cat.
Oh yeah, when fighting these helicopters, it is possible to get them to fly into that Ferris wheel and just kill themselves.
Oh, the Ferris wheel has infinite possibilities.
Yep.
Much like Ferris wheels in real life.
Wow, you can do so many things on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. I haven't. All of the fun you can imagine, I've not had it.
What a shame.
You ever make out on a Ferris wheel? No.
No.
Ever get to second base on a Ferris wheel? Hell no.
No. I've just been on a Ferris wheel.
I haven't even struck out on a Ferris wheel.
I'm
talking about baseball literally now.
Man, baseball on a Ferris wheel would be pretty hard to play.
Never done it.
Dang.
Would love to try.
Also, this chest, opening it again. You can kind of exploit checkpoints in this game. So, like, there's a checkpoint when you get to the end of this area. You can just go into the shop, because it auto-saves there. Exit the shop, and all the chests respawn with their stuff back in them. So then you can just get them and go back into customization again and leave, and everything respawns. So you can just farm that money that way.
Ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's not connected to the city at all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get cocky. Most likely it is Desperado running security down there.
Well, we might as well call up our man, Kev.
Right. FYI, we just confirmed with the client for your next mission.
Great. How about we finish this one first, though? I'd like to see my family again someday, you know? My son's going to forget he even has a father.
90-day contracting tour, buddy. We're all in the same boat. Man, feels like ages since I was back in Virginia.
I don't know about in the same boat. These guys are out to tear me limb from limb. Worst you our EMF desk jockeys have to worry about are paper cuts.
All right. Guess you don't want to hear what your old friends are up to then.
Who is it?
Desperado.
Where is it this time?
Mexico. Apparently they've got some kind of lab in Guadalajara. You're going in to investigate claims of human trafficking and illegal dumping.
And our client? Who's picking up the tab? If we're planning to play police all of a sudden, we're gonna need some kind of budget.
No worries there. It's a human rights group we've worked with a few times before. They were conducting their own trafficking investigation when Desperado came up.
Understood. You can brief me when I get back.
Roger that. So Ryden, who was this that told you to find your own name before you stopped going by Jack?
The one and only Solid Snake. Hero of Outer Heaven, Zanzibar Land, Shadow Moses. The list goes on.
Right. Guy's a legend. I forgot you knew him so well.
Yeah, he saved my ass at Big Shell. Not to mention a few times after that. I've lost count. In terms of pure combat ability, he's one of the greatest soldiers I've ever seen. But it's not only that. He knows what's right, and he just gets it done, period. No one can stop him. I've learned a lot from him. He'd kill me if he heard me talking about him like this.
Wow. I didn't know you were such a fanboy. I thought you were gonna start crying there for a sec.
Very funny, Kev.
Seriously though, did Snake know he had a stalker?
Oh.
Hey, relax. I'm only ribbing you. I just wish I got to meet the guy, you know?
I know.
You're no fun.
Also, he's dead. Snake is dead!
Never happening.
Look, I know they could probably just get his brain and put it in a robot body. But he's dead!
I would not like that.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that unless it was a joke cutscene and he was just an old man robot who was completely worthless.
That'd be great. I would like that quite a bit.
He'd have a built-in robot, like he'd have just normal robot arms, but then he could like hold his arms out and there were...
Alright, these guys are trash garbage. Why are they throwing them after you? There's no point to this.
Well, they do one thing. They can hop on you. They can hop on you and then you have to throw them off. But,
oh no,
but they suck away your blade mode, and also, if they're on you for too long, they blow up.
That's nothing!
It takes off half your health, but also they explode and throw their healing items all over, so sometimes you just walk into them. Yeah, so, by themselves, geckos aren't a problem at all. It's just sometimes
You don't say!
Their main thing is to just jump on you and grab you and keep you in place while other enemies try to jump at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're traps dressed up as enemies.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, because there's so many of them, but they never attack you all at once. So a lot of the time, dwarf geckos just kind of sit there and they just clap at you, or just stand on one hand and clap.
It's good to have a fan.
Yeah.
You know. I'm not sure why your enemies are sending cheerleaders after you, but it's good to have. That's a lot of battle points.
Yeah. I don't even know what to buy with these battle points.
I should buy my son a birthday present. Does he have a birthday?
Look, I went to the gas station to get a burrito, and they tell me that they don't accept battle coins. Or wait, no, battle points, not battle coins.
They're all about battle coins in the future.
Battle coins was a different currency Ryan got conned into.
I'm sorry, but the battle point to battle coin exchange rate is fluctuating way too wildly.
Look,
The Cyber Winklevoss twins lost millions.
look, these battle coins, the only way they can go is up. I've been looking at the market.
It's nice to see these little buddies from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
And that you can just chop down the pillars they're attached to.
Yep.
Yeah, take that.
They don't even have, like, a cone of vision, like in the other Metal Gear Solids. You can be, like, right in front of them. As long as you don't touch their actual laser, they can't see you.
Chaff grenade my ass.
This is a jam grenade.
Slice down.
But we actually do have a jam grenade, and it is just basically a chaff grenade.
Wait, there are active IR sensors in the area. Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
And you can just find them with AR vision, and then once you see them in AR vision, they're there even when it's turned off.
See? You know, cyborg eyeballs, it's the healthy alternative to smoking.
Oh, man. Sake would probably be very upset if he actually saw this, though. This is bullshit. When you actually do get caught by cameras, though, all the cameras have guns, and that's actually a little annoying, as you'll see in a second. But also getting caught just calls in extra enemies that usually are not there. Gun cameras also become active if guards spot you, but the cameras won't call in reinforcements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you use them to call in reinforcements and farm battle points?
Well,
or do you get more battle points from avoiding them in the end?
Well, if you avoid them, don't get caught at all. I mean, there's that extra, like, 2,000 battle points. But yeah, you can also get extra just from having these guys get called in.
So I guess it just depends on how stylishly you slice them apart.
Yeah.
Like your body part bonuses and your Zendatsus and whatnot.
Yeah. So like when... Oh god, Rocket Man! So yeah, when you get caught here, it calls in 2 extra heavy cyborgs, which is, when you're first playing this, is kind of threatening. Those guys are kind of hard to fight at first. Also, with that Rocket Man, I mentioned once that Rocket Men in this game are kind of bastards, especially in higher difficulties. The main reason why is because Rocket Men don't care about their friends at all. So they will, even if there's like 8 guys around you and you're fighting all of them, the Rocket Man will just go RPG and shoot you and all of his friends as well. Because he just wants you dead.
The thing is, you know, these contracts have a certain amount of payout and it's divided evenly between soldiers. I'm surprised there isn't more friendly fire.
So yeah, once you throw a jam grenade, it pretty much always sends you into caution, but it's nice to...
Why don't they just call it a chaff grenade? It's got the same snow and everything.
I don't know why they renamed it jam.
It's just chaff.
It is. I don't know why they renamed it that, but I don't know. And right here is a little secret area.
Whoa.
You can find it by trying to figure out where that item box is.
Is this where another one of the pickups is, or?
Yeah,
okay,
there's actually... Well, that's really just there to help you find this place, because you can see it through walls, but there's a new type of collectibles here. Cardboard box, but you can't pick it up. If you look in the slot, it looks like there might be something in it.
Nice hiding spot. Wonder where you learned that from.
That's not the chicken dance. You're shameful. Where's your testosterone? Where's your foul testosterone?
So these guys are MIBs, or men in boxes. There are 5 of them. And once you find all 5 of them, they unlock a new weapon for you. And it's a neat one. It's got a weird gimmick to it.
That's 5 throughout the entire game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Rare.
Yeah, they are probably... Well, I was going to say that they're probably the most sneaky ones, but I actually think some of the concept art ones are harder to find than them. Oh, look. A special R-Man just came right up to me.
Oh, well, he's gonna die. I think whenever you lay down the hologram cyber porn, Raiden should just automatically trigger the get off celebration quote. It seems appropriate.
Yeah, it always sounds like he's saying get off, but he's saying dead on.
No, he's not. That might be what they told the ratings board, but he's clearly saying get off.
Yeah, so this is something Quentin Flynn decided to add a little extra touch to Ryan, because he knew that Ryan was getting off to all of this. So, I mean, it's said dead on in the script, but get off.
Like, hey, you're on my nerves. Get off, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
We got another little secret place over here, and this is a life upgrade.
Dang, it's huge!
It is really big. I don't know how
That's
it fits
the size
in
of
him.
your torso.
I also like that the health upgrade just looks like 20 normal health restoring items just stacked up on each other.
Just gets supercharged.
It's just a 12 pack of healing items, and he's just eating them all at once.
You gotta clear out so many packing peanuts inside you to fit that in.
There's another little concept art thing just hanging out over here. And sometimes its collision is weird, and you gotta jump at it multiple times. If it's like, yeah, you picked that up. I don't know what is up with that.
I'm sure it's worth it. I'm sure it's like character model sketches for a new Rosemary design that they didn't use, and everyone's very curious about. That's why I play Metal Gear Solid, for the rich interaction between Raiden and Rosemary.
Yeah, that's why MGS2 is the best of all of them.
All of them.
All of them. Even this one.
Can there be a minigame where Raiden uses the concept art to decorate the bare walls in his home?
One thing about fighting these cyborgs, Doctor, it's strange in a way.
Oh? How do you mean?
I can slice them to pieces, and with all their pain and emotion suppressed, they don't feel a thing. At least against SOP troops. You never forgot they were real people. But these cyborgs, it starts to feel like I'm taking on unmanned gears, robots, not living, breathing men.
Intriguing. Tell me, does it help assuage the natural feelings of guilt? There is no reason to avoid this topic. Man has wrestled with it as long as there has been war. Guns were a huge step, of course, as it became easier to take a life, physically and mentally. Then, destroying a tank or airplane, where you no longer had to see your enemy's face as he perished. Eventually, remote-controlled drones further distanced the killer from his victim, much like the video games. I suppose cyborg soldiers could be seen as yet another step in dehumanizing death.
Maybe. I do feel like I could forget I'm taking the lives of real people here.
Well, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't necessarily be taking their lives, strictly speaking. So, as long as the brain is supplied with oxygen, a cyborg can survive most anything, even if respiration is disabled. An emergency supply of liquid oxygen would remain in the bloodstream. The cyborg would enter a state of hibernation, yes. But so long as the brainstem were retrieved intact, it could be attached to another body and revived.
That's how the two Gemini survived.
The Gemini? Ah, yes, the twin cyborgs from the motorcade.
But Desperado cyborgs are different.
Physical self-destruction is a fail-safe security measure. In any case, it is unfortunate that Prime Minister Nmane was human. Perhaps if he had been a cyborg, he might have survived as well.
We'll never know. Besides, a robotic prime minister? I doubt anyone would accept that. Inside or outside the country.
Yes. I suppose fear always does trump logic when it comes to the general public.
Exactly.
You know, I have to hand it to you guys. Cyborgs are just amazing to me. So much power and speed.
It's not all gravy.
No? How so?
Well, things have improved a lot in the past few years. But back when I was modded for the first time, keeping artificial blood free of impurities was a huge hassle. Artificial muscles need a constant flow of oxygen from a blood source, just like the real thing. But it was a challenge getting the kidney units as small as they needed to be. We all had to undergo routine dialysis.
Sounds rough.
Used to be even worse back when Dr. Clark was still experimenting. Bad nerve connections would screw with the test subject's pain receptors. It was torture. Compared to that, I had it pretty easy.
It wasn't until recently that you could eat and drink like normal people, right?
That's right. We generally use glucose-based nutrient packs to keep the brain running. But we can absorb nutrients orally now, too. Whatever we eat's broken down by nanomachines, and we have taste sensors as well. It's not exactly like it was before. The difference is, I can turn those sensors off if I don't need them. That's been surprisingly useful.
So cyborgs can live pretty much normal lives now?
Well, getting there. We still need fuel cells and nutrition packs, not to mention regular maintenance. It's a lot of dough. Of course, another big problem's how other people look at you.
How do you mean?
There was a time when I wore artificial skin. Tried to look as close to normal as possible. I've still got some now, on my face. The tech at the time wasn't great. You still looked pretty unnatural. Maybe you could fool someone from far away, but up close, even a baby could tell I wasn't human. Going out shopping or whatever, you could feel all those eyes on you. I tried to find something to do other than fight, but looking like I did got me 2 strikes pretty much as soon as I walked through the door.
That sounds terrible.
Well, you appreciated it when people were honest about it, at least. But when they were too polite to just say so, that was rough. Things are getting better these days, though. Artificial skin's improved a lot. And you don't get so many stares now that the general public knows about cyborgs.
Maybe I should look into the cyborg thing, huh? I could eat whatever I want, whenever I want.
Probably cheaper just getting lipo, Courtney.
Jerk.